Hello, Pisces. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read we may be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, THEYRE, she's read for you as well. Thank you. Excuse me. All right, let's see what's going on. Pisces, is this one of those placements thing again? Meaning whether it's Pisces sun, moon, rising, north node? Huh. Interesting. Meaning what? How do you do that? Ooh, look at this energy. I feel like this is placements, Pisces. I feel like this is Pisces placements asking about somebody. Wow. I'll give you that, Crosswatcher. That is some energy. I'll give you that. But where's it going? Where's it going? Huh. Okay, yeah. That is a lot of energy. That is a lot of energy. Oh my, oh my. Oh man. Oh man, oh my, oh man, oh my. There's the devil on top of the deck, Pisces. One moment, please, because I have not seen such an energy. This is like, this is some big energy. Big, big energy, right? And how's that song go? Okay, so, but what I'm not too sure about, Crosswatcher, is what are your intentions towards Pisces? Because ultimately what your intentions are is towards Pisces. Because Pisces is asking, like, what are they up to? Um, that is very interesting. That is so elaborate. How do you show me, Crosswatcher, so much big, elaborate energy, and yet still end up empty-handed? Not to mention that Eight of Cups, as in like you don't care. So it's like, how do you go? How do you do all of this? And then it just winds up with like, I don't care. That is so. That's like a that's got to be their own process, Pisces. Because I don't understand how else that could be that way. That's got to be their process. But for some reason, if we kind of just break it down in bullet points, right? There's that Seven of Swords in there as well. So it comes down to kind of like strategy and sort of like trying to think things through in phases in such an elaborate kind of way of phases. And yet, for some reason, it's all for the sake of intention, which is interesting. Their goal, their intention is you, Pisces. But the phase is like, okay, I'm going to this, I'm going to that, I'm going to this, I'm going to that, okay, I'm going to this, and that, and this, and that, and this. And then finally, we'll get over here to the main intentions of Pisces. And you're showing me, Crosswatch, that through the process, you get to the point of like, I don't care. And then you wind up empty handed. I, huh? Okay. I mean, that's the thing. You like, thank you, Crosswatcher, for showing me all this energy because it is very colorful. But at the same time, when you show me that you lead into that Eight of Cups, there goes the color. So it's like it goes from all that to black and white, just very factual. Back to that Seven of Swords strategy. So once again, it's like strategy 100, emotion 0. That is interesting. That is so very interesting. Like touche. You've painted like a very colorful picture that apparently even you, Crosswatcher, you don't even care about. But yet, whatever this is towards Pisces is like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? What you're saying is you've kind of exhausted yourself, meaning something's not working or going as planned. Something's not working. The Eight of Pentacles. I guess. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now we're getting somewhere. You kind of gave me this message, Crosswatcher, of like, go big or go home. Well, you're home, so I guess. There's the World. I don't know what that is, Pisces. What is that? The Five of Wands? Well, if the World card shows up, that means that whatever this is closed or closure, and it's not going anywhere. Well, then what are you doing? A lot of energy. I don't know. It's a lot of big energy cross-watcher, but you're kind of emphasizing like learning curve, meaning you're ending up empty-handed, you're not finding anything out, you're not being able to get anything or extract anything, take anything away. Is it a coworker? What is it? Who are they, Pisces? Is it a coworker? Because if they don't care, they it's like, well, gotta be business or work or finances. The Three of Swords? I have no idea. If you don't care about Pisces, how are you going through a Three of Swords on your own? Am I missing something? Not adding up. That makes no sense. You see those wacky inflatable number 2 man? Their hands just kind of blow around. It's kind of like they have the fan or the air blown through it. Usually they have them outside like stores or something, to like pull in attention, an attraction. You're funny, Crosswatcher. You keep showing me workplace, work environment, coworkers, but it's like, if you don't care about Pisces, then even to like the degree, I guess, of like Pisces is finances and work status and position, it's like, well, even in business, Crosswatcher, even if it is just business, if you're kind of like, I don't care about them, but then it's like you're looking to kind of go into business with them or like partnership or invest with them, you'd have to care to some extent. But anyways, otherwise you're like, well, you say you don't care about me, so you might double cross me. Okay, got it. You're lazy, Crosswatcher. Here we go, Pisces. You're lazy. That explains it. So that means all this big energy over here that you present right out the gate of like this, it just fizzles out. And then it goes into you're lazy. And that's why you're looking for fast cash, a fast way to make money. Because for some reason, you don't want to do this financially, whatever your work, job, or career is. You don't want to do this on your own. And for some reason, you're like, well, if I can't figure out how to get people to collaborate with me or network, well, then fine then. How do I hook up with them? And so what you're saying is a little bit of, why are you staying? Why are you here? A little bit of business or a little bit of pleasure? The typical cliche, like, why not both? That's what I'm looking at. They're either trying to make money or they're trying to hook up with someone, and it seems to be within the workplace. I don't know. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, see? I'll tell you where you fucked up. I don't understand that, Crosswell. You're like back to the drawing board. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a 5 of Pentacles. I do believe that one came out in Libra's reading. The whole green goblin. Spider-Man. What? How do you do that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You're bored, Cross. Well, I think you're just bored. Like, you're bored, you don't know what to do with yourself. Look at this. The devil comes out. I mean, talk about that, a devil. Left to your own devices, you are your own worst enemy. But you also will be your own cause of your downfall. Go figure. You're bored, Cross, watching. You don't know what else to do with yourself. That is interesting. You're like, besides manipulate people at the workplace. Not to mention there are addictions, substances, and vices at play. So there are codependencies, whether it's on substance, obsession, sex, or whether it's literal financial dependency. Jesus whiz. You know, Crosswatcher, and it started off with such a nice, it had such a nice start. I was like, look at all that energy. And then it's like, oh, it's fake. What the fuck? Fake energy? What do you mean? Projection, Pisces, projection. The 9 of Swords. I don't know why they're sweating. Once again, how do you make the devil sweat? You call out the facade or the bullshit. And once again, Crosswatch, you are emphasizing you're not working alone. So, who's your partner? Who's your partner and who's your, what's that called? What is the affiliation or connection to them? I don't know about that, but... that showed up in Libra's reading. Booking personal readings to get information on you, Pisces. Oh, it's a little weird. You're kind of saying chimera. Chameleon or chimera. So what you're saying is you'll kind of morph. There's the Tower. You'll kind of morph or shift or change whatever it is, kind of like a performer, like, you know, stage performer or theatrical thing. You'll change whatever it is you have to about yourself, or even your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, or even your projections or what you're doing to try and what? Manipulate someone. Once again, either fit the script, flip the script, all of the above. Don't fit the script, that kind of thing. Okay. Isn't that a book? The Giving Tree? Right? It's a book, right? I think. The Giving Tree. Yeah, you're emphasizing once again, you're not solo. You're not a free agent. You have someone by your side. And I don't understand like why you keep airing them out. You keep airing them out. You're like, which is weird, Crosswatcher, because you do. How do I say this? You're trying to change so much about yourself to figure out some sort of like divination thing. Okay, are you a tarot reader? Who's your shot caller or your boss or manager? Because you're not having every time you show. I think I said this to Libra. You show me so much energy around them of like I cannot stand them. But there's also this kind of energy as well. Like remember what your goal is. Remember what your mission is. Remember your objective. Remember what you're doing all this for. I don't know what that is to them, Pisces, but chasing some sort of dragon of some sort that involves some sort of financial pursuit. So, don't know. We'll see where this goes. Goodbye.